Okay, Andrea, this is on the left is your putting posture the first session, and on the right is the adjustments you made. Much better on the right. You can see how you are flexed quite a bit on the left, almost too much there in your legs, and you're still have your knees flexed, but you're a little bit straighter here in the lower leg, which is much better. You also have very straight arms, um, and we wanted to have a soft little folding of the arms at the elbows, and so that's much better. Before you had your hands uh, too tight and too close to your legs, and a lot of that came from the as you flexed your knees more, that pushed your legs towards your hands. And by taking some of that angle out of your knees, it pulled your legs back away from your hands, giving you a bit more clearance to swing your arms under your shoulders. And then, and the other thing is the spine angle. You were a little too upright, and now you're tilted over quite a little bit more, almost 13 degrees more. This new posture has put your eyes pretty much right over the where the ball would be. With your other one, you had them, it was back a little bit. And so you've done an outstanding job of adjusting your putting posture. And that's really going to serve you well down the road. Very good. Andrew, here's your posture for the setup for the full swing. And it looks a lot better than the first session. We still need to tweak it a little bit, refine it just a little bit more. I've got NB Park on the right. She's the #1 player in the world right now. She actually lives here in Las Vegas. Very good player. And you are set up very similar. She is in a little more athletic position. She's tilted a little bit more at her spine, and that allows her arms to hang down a little bit further away from her legs. But you're very close, and that'll improve as we work more. Andrea, this is you in the face-on view. I've got Park on the right. The camera is set up a little bit off to the side because I was trying to capture you and Brian at the same time, so it's not directly in front of you, but it'll work for our purposes right now. I'm sure that you are more centered than this picture is showing. I have drawn a box from the ankles to the top of the head, and you can see how Park is very centered between her feet. And you are probably a little to the right side, but not as much as the photograph is showing. As we continue to adjust and perfect your setup, I will move you a little bit more to the left. In fact, I would prefer you actually be a little bit more preset to the left side than even Park is. I like about 55% of your weight on your left side during the setup. After we worked on the 1 position, we started working on the 3 position, which is when the left arm is parallel to the ground. First, I'm looking at the really good extension you have in your left arm. You're not letting that left elbow bend. That's really good. You're hinging your wrist. So you're in a really good position there. I really like that a lot. Now, as I said before, this camera angle on you needs to be more square. The next time we meet, I'll make sure to get a square position with the camera, but this is indicating that you probably are swaying a little bit to the right in your backswing. And I like a stable axis golf swing where you do not let your center of gravity sway to the right when you take the club to the right, that you stay centered, and your golf circle is not moving during the swing. You're learning how to swing your club around the circle without moving the circle. You can see how Park keeps herself very centered and just makes a good turn, and she's not swaying her head on top of her right foot. So as we fine-tune your backswing and refine this position with drills, this will get better and better. This is the 9th position, which was the other position we worked on. We worked on the 1 position, the 3 position, and the 9 position, and we did some drills where we swung from 3 to 9. And this is outstanding. I love the extension in the arms. I love the fact that you kept your elbows close together. So as we look at those red lines, you're seeing that crisscross. The blue arrow is showing the left hand underneath the right hand, so your wrists have crossed just like Parks has. You have rehinged the shaft back up in the air, so you have almost a right angle between the left forearm and the shaft, just like Park does. And you're keeping your eyes down through that position. I like that a lot. Very good. Your upper body from the waist up has very sound fundamentals for the ninth position. What we'll spend most of our work on going forward will be the lower body, getting the right side to come around a little bit more, start getting the hips to turn a little bit more, get the right knee to move over to your left side, start to bank the back foot a little bit. And so we are going to finalize this position by working more on the lower body. The other position we worked on was the 10th position, the final position. And this is one of the drills we were doing. We're without a club, just learning how to rotate and face the target, stand tall, get that back foot on the tip of the toe, get your weight solidly on that left side, let your right leg flex a little bit at the knee. And so we just did some rotation movements with our arms folded, and this is the position you had arrived at. And you can see as you compare everything to Park, you have formed your body into the same position that Park has in terms of your weight on your left side, tip of your toe. So that was the first stage in learning what a 10th position feels like. When you're at home watching TV, I want you to practice just standing there and rotating and posing. Just do these pose drills until you become very familiar and comfortable with this position. Now here's your position in the final pose position while swinging the club. And so you did a very good job of swinging to this pose. You're on the back, your back foot is on the tip of the toe, you're solidly on your left side. As you continue to practice and become comfortable with that, you'll start to move a little bit more on your left side. You can see how the red arrow is passing right through the center of Park's head, and your head is still behind that arrow a little bit. That means you still have a little room to push forward a little bit. And I would like you to push your belly button a little bit more forward and have a small feeling of arching your back a little bit. And but that'll get better as you continue to practice. You're still a beginning golfer, and you're just learning these different positions, and you have a solid foundation, great athletic ability to build on. Good. All right, now we talked about one. We've got a good one. We've got a good three. We're now going to skip 4, skip 5, skip 6, skip 7, skip 8. We're going to go to 9. So the 3 position is when the left arm is parallel to the ground. The 9th position is when the right arm is parallel to the ground after the hit. So, and you'll notice the follow through, the 9th position is kind of a mirror image of the 3rd position. They reverse. Left arm is straight, right arm is bent. Right arm is straight, left arm is bent. So we're going to take it back to the 3 position. We're not going to go up to the 4. We're going to add that later. 3, 9. Also in 9, you'll notice how I'm on top of this left leg. I've shifted. If you're going to throw a ball, you wouldn't fall backwards to throw a ball. Everything would go to your target. So everything is going to go to your target. Now you're not going to go so far to the target you fall the other way, but you're definitely going to, the average professional on TV will have 90% of their weight on this left foot. Okay? They will actually have 85 to 90% on their foot when they're actually in contact. So they're not back here hitting and then putting 90. They're moving a whole bunch of their weight even before they hit the ball. Okay? So let's do the 1, 3, 9. I want you to hold your 9th position. 1, 3, 9. And see if you can't pose in this position. So you're still doing a pose drill here, but the right arm is extending to the target. Good, good. And you feel like you look at that weight on that side, and your eyes are more like you're doing that person. That's it. Good. You're feeling that left arm bend. Good. Perfect. Very good. Now let's put some speed at the bottom here. Let's go 1, 3, then some speed. 1. Good. All right, I'm ready to introduce this, they call it the golf ball. It just messes everything up. We were doing so well, but now, this little bitty thing here really distracts us. Right then, playing good golf is not about controlling this golf ball. It's about controlling your attention. Before I put that ball down there, your attention was on what this looked like, what this felt like. Left elbow, okay, good. You weren't thinking about hitting something. You were thinking about the form, shape, look of the swing. You're going to randomly hit good shots and bad shots, but hold that finish and respect on what, and ask yourself, did I really have a good, nice position? I don't care if you missed the ball, you might even miss it. Hold your finish and focus more on that than seeing your golf ball. If both of y'all hit at the same time, we'll start working with y'all a little bit more individually now. Let's have a. Now, one of the things that'll help you have a tendency to go feet first, then club, and then your hands. Mm-hmm. Reverse all that. I want you to get your grip first, get the club behind the golf ball, and then get your feet comfortable to the club. Oh. Don't do the feet first, do them last. Okay. Because what if you accidentally get too close, you won't make a correction. Right. You'll just accept that. Well, the space this way has to be the last thing, and it's based on after you've already got your grip, you already have your arms in a good extension and behind the ball. Because you have a tendency to get too close. Yeah. So, good. Sometimes we can get it perfectly lined up, but the face is way over there. Sometimes we can actually come in and hit it on this part, right? That last ball was hit on the hosel, wasn't hit on the flat part. So one of the things that we want to do is figure out how to make sure that we line up every time so that the face is coming through right here and not right here where we just nip it, or it goes out too far and catches it on here. So we've got to make sure we keep our measurement the same. If we let our arms get too far away, that's going to promote the possibility of hitting it out here. So get your armpits closed and keep them closed even when you swing through. Because now, if I let this separate, it's going to push that club out too far and I'm going to hit it here all the time. So I want you to concentrate more on keeping that down. It's almost as if you're hitting it with your hip, your elbow, and your shoulder all in one piece. So you're not just swinging your hands and keeping this stationary and static. I want you to feel yourself hit it with your right knee and right hip like this. See, this is sitting right there. So a golf swing has to be connected. The club has to be connected to your body right there. If you keep that foot flat and just swing this, you're going to miss. It's going to be very difficult to hit this every time. So practice that connected move. Right elbow into your side. All right, I want to we're going to go past the 9th to the 10th. The 10th position is the final position. And I want you to be your both knees, your belt buckle, your waist, your shoulders, your sternum, everything is facing there. So we're not going to just have half of our body turning and the other half staying down here. Everything's going to turn. So let me see you do a practice swing. Don't hit a ball. And take it up to the finish the way you saw me describe it. And so this foot is going to come all the way to the tip. Oh. Your everything. So your shoot, there you go. Do that one more time. That looks good. Swing to that position again. Oh, that's weird. Okay, good.
that's exactly what you'll see the pros look like. They all will finish on the tip of their toe. They could literally tap it. All their weight is on this left foot, and they could literally lift that up and tap it. Swing to that pose again. Good. On the 10, both elbows end up folding, and you did that correctly. Okay, do that one more time. Good. Now, the one thing I want you to change today, and be aware of it all the time, is this thumb. I don't want you to feel like this thumb is here. I want you to grip it in the fingers more. Go ahead and get your grip. So we're just, with these two things, we're kind of just pinching the sides. But I don't want you to get back here and have this thumb up under here. So the thumb is to the side like this, and this handle is actually falling against this knuckle right there. That looks much better. So work at that till that becomes comfortable. Much better. Keep it off the tee. Good. Very nice. Now the final 10th position, my eyes are going to be down in 1 through 9. But on the 10th one, when I stand tall, you can actually look over your arm and stand up straight and look out in the sky and look for your golf ball. So when you finish the swing, you don't have to keep your eyes down.
Oh, okay.
So the 10th position is you can look over your arm. Swing and pose to that final 10.
Hey, what's straight?
They've all been going pretty straight.
Oh, really?